Okay, I'm going to show you how I trim briskets. You know, this isn't competition, this is for eating. First thing I'm going to do is, if you look at this side right here, I can't see where the meat is, so I can't see how thick the fat cap is. So what I do, I just take the knife and I just go around. And I trim very aggressively because I make sausage, I render fat for tallow. So I'm not too concerned about waste or anything because there really isn't much for me. And it also allows me just to get through this a lot faster. Now we got this mohawk right here. So cut that off. Okay. So now we can see how thick the fat is. So we can work on trimming this down to about 1/4 of an inch. And then if you end up scalping it or going a little too low, again, it's not the end of the world. This isn't, you know, a competition. We aren't competing for a Texas Monthly. It's still going to turn out fine, you know. And also, when you're trimming the fat, one thing that Jerby from Goldie's pointed out is if you don't know how much fat you have right here, you know, how thick it is, you could put a hole right here into the fat cap, and it'll allow you to see down into the hole about how much fat you have left to go. And after smoking, it'll just close right back up. Let's see this cut edge. Can remove this, and you don't have to worry about removing too much fat from the point because the point is very fatty as it is, so you don't have to worry about it drying out. You know, watch out for your fingers. And this is a choice brisket. They didn't have any prime, and as you can tell by looking at it, I mean, there's almost no marbling in this point right here. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it is crazy the difference between choice and prime. Again, just whittling down the fat. See, I scalped it. It's okay. And I'm going to cook these overnight for a long time. So if it's not the, if I leave a little extra on, it's not the end of the world as well, because it's going to have plenty of time to render down. Another thing I'm going to do while I have it here is I'm going to, if you look right here, see how thin this is? On a long cooking time, this is going to dry out. It's not going to be good. It's much better use to me as sausage. So I just take it, go around. And then I still have it here, so again, it's still a little thin, but it's thicker than it was. Maybe I'm not too concerned. You know, a lot of channels, people who cook brisket talk about it being aerodynamic. This is on a pellet grill in a cabinet, so airflow is a little different there, so I'm not concerned about it being aerodynamic. But I do want it to look at least, you know, somewhat presentable. Let's scoop some fat out of here. Let's give it another look. I mean, it's a little ugly. I'm also doing it on camera, so that does change how it's going to turn out. But that's pretty good on this side. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to cut this off. And then we have this band of fat right here. That's real easy just to cut out like that. Remove some of the silver skin. And again, making sausage with the leftovers makes me a lot more liberal with how aggressive I trim, because I don't feel like I'm risking, wasting it. Again, just removing chunks of fat out of here. Anything you wouldn't want to eat, it's not worth smoking. You're gonna have to remove it. And there it is, that's one brisket down. Next brisket. And all I did for these when I took them out of the cryovac is I just wiped them down with a paper towel to dry them off. Again, I can't even see what I'm working with along this edge. So first thing I'm gonna do, just cut that off. Expose where the fat meets the meat. And you could even get away. I've seen Smokin' Joe. There's other people too. They cook briskets and they don't even, just as an experiment, they didn't even trim it, and it still turned out great. So you see, we have this whole thick chunk of fat right here. Scoop that out. Let's see what this is. This is just hard fat right here. See this big chunk, only that little bit of meat. But again, this is point. It can handle being exposed like that. There's no issue. What's going on here? See this? Some type of weird butchering happened, so just cut it off. Just throw it there. And then right here, sometimes you'll see, you can feel it too. It can be very tough right around here, so I like to cut that off. And even though it's tough, I mean, look at the marbling. It's still really good meat. This will be great for sausage. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, see, I mean, I still got a lot to get off of here, but look at how nice and thick that flat is. Again, I scalped it. Not happy about it, but also it's all good. It happens. So we got fat, I mean, we got fat trimmed. I'll trim a little more off right here. Oh, that's a nice looking point. Really good marbling right there. Let's see. This side, okay, I'm gonna expose. Well, we got this mohawk right here. So cut this out. Keep an eye on your fingers. There's that. So we got this right here to scoop out. This, what doesn't render, I'll just cut out of the way because I don't want to create a pocket or like a void right here. This will be fine. Just get that little pointed end off because that'll just get crispy. And then I'm going to round this off. Now on this one, you can see it's much thicker on this side, much thinner over here. So I'm going to favor this, and I'm going to just take it around like that to try and even it out. So let's see. Yeah, see now it's a lot more uniform than it was before. Fat cap looks good over here. Little high. And then on this side, we just got to clean this up. Just removing all the silver skin. Over here, you can see it's all kind of chunky and weird. So I like to just scoop that out. Right there. Clean up the point. And you know, see right here how this comes to a point like that? You want to remove that because that's just going to sit out there in the heat, crisp up, and just burn up. So most of the silver skin's removed. Now I just got to remove this pocket right here. It's just a lot of hard fat right here. Some hard right here. And that's it. That's 2 briskets done. They're trimmed up. They're ready for seasoning, ready for the smoker. If you want to see how I do that, subscribe and click the bell to be notified of when videos get released. And the next video next week will be the seasoning and the smoking of the briskets. Thanks.